Ladies and gentlemen, people are in a huge uproar because New York voted and they wanted Mamdani, which I really don't understand. Give the people what they want, right? Yeah, y'all don't. Yeah, okay. Y'all don't understand where I'm coming from, but I'll break it down. What's going on, folks and Folkoramas? Welcome to the channel. I'm Ty Smith. You're watching my channel, Modern Renaissance Man, which I'm greatly appreciative of. Make sure you guys are following me up here, follow me down here. Click this, it helps me. Thank you. If and when you do subscribe to the channel, click the bell notification that will bring on the Dropbox for you to select all notifications. Lastly, don't forget to check out my other channel called Man, Husband, Father. Everything I ask you to do on this channel, make sure you do it over there, all right? Appreciate you very much. So, ladies and gentlemen, everybody is flipping out. Well, not everybody. Just kind of a cliche thing to say of a Mamdani winning New York, which we shouldn't be surprised by. And people are just like, oh, that just goes to show you, Donald Trump, as if New York wasn't blue. Like, are we surprised by that? Well, some people are really acting surprised. Well, here's the deal, though. Mamdani pushed out who he was, what he planned on doing, which if y'all really want to go down into the depths of it, which I won't right now in this video because I want y'all to hear some things, it's really a page right out of Marxism. This is what Karl Marx pushed in regards to socialism. This is what he pushed. This is what he wanted. And what Mamdani is doing, and what he pushed out, what he ran on, apparently that's what New Yorkers want. So I'm just saying, give it to them. But before I get deeper into why I'm saying what I'm saying right now, because some of y'all don't even get it, some of y'all getting a little pissed off.
First, the hot topic of the hour, Democrats sweep major elections across the country last night, including in New York City's mayoral race and the governor's races in Virginia and New Jersey. Fox Business's Darren Botelho is live this morning in Washington with what comes next. Darren.
Hey, good morning, Maria. So I think we can say right now the polling turned out to be pretty accurate for those high-profile elections all down the East Coast. Democrats winning from New York down to Virginia, starting with Democratic Socialist Zoran Mamdani besting Andrew Cuomo, running on his platform of tax the rich and free public transit. Over the river to New Jersey now, Democrat Mikey Sherrill, a former Navy helicopter pilot, securing her win over Republican Jack Ciattarelli. Then finally, going down to Virginia, Abigail Spanberger reclaiming the governor's mansion for Democrats over Winsome Earl Sears. Mamdani, of course, as you know, the most controversial of the races, with the 34-year-old ending now, for now, the Cuomo political dynasty, defeating former New York governor. So his 20-minute victory speech last night directly attacking the old political establishment, further pushing his far-left agenda and all but declaring war on President Trump.
If anyone can show a nation betrayed by Donald Trump how to defeat him, it is the city that gave rise to him. So, Donald Trump, since I know you're watching, I have 4 words for you. Turn the volume up.
And Mamdani, who's been facing questions over his anti-police stances and accusations of anti-Semitism, won the race pretty decisively, with that race being called, Maria, only 40 minutes after the polls closed at 9 p.m. Maria?
Yeah, it was fast, Darren. Thanks very much. Darren Botelho joining us this morning. Your reaction. Emily, Adam, what does that mean?
Well, turn the volume up. That was the strangest thing I think I've ever heard, because it makes no sense. I don't know what he was referring to. I tell you what does make sense. Here in New York, 1% of the population pays 48% of the income tax. Capital goes where it's treated best. If he is going to pay for all these handouts by taxing the wealthy, people are going to leave. And it wouldn't take a lot to completely upset the balance of payments here in New York City, because, again, 1%. You antagonize a quarter of that 1%, and it all implodes.
You know, before the election, we were talking about really how much power the mayor of New York really has to implement these things. Jeffries this morning on Wall Street out with a report telling their clients a couple of the things that he actually could do. Mamdani's proposals within mayoral authority include a broad latitude to advance policies affecting property owners and renewable energy and immigration. intensifying enforcement of housing codes, accelerating city fleet electrification, enforcing sanctuary protections, relies on the mayor's ability to issue executive orders. Emily.
Well, Mamdani's policies ultimately will fail if he's able to implement them. That already might be a failure there. But we know socialist policies fail no matter if he's able to implement them or not. And I want to point out that today, November 5th, feels dramatically different from last November 5th when President Trump won the popular vote, won 7 swing states. Now we have an anti-American, anti-capitalist, anti-police candidate who just was elected to run the financial capital of the world, to run the largest police force in the country, the NYPD, of course. Mamdani is going to be responsible for an $150 billion budget, 300,000 employees, and over 30,000 police officers. So I had a pit in my stomach last night when I heard Times Square erupt in cheers and cars honking, and I wish the best for New York.
Yeah, and you know, there are things that he has proposed that are actually outside of his authority.
Yes.
One of those things is freezing rent. He says he's going to freeze the rent for stabilized tenants. That depends on an independent rent guidelines board.
Correct.
Where the mayor's influence is indirect. So we don't know if he's actually going to be able to do that. Eliminating bus fares citywide requires the MTA to actually make that ruling and state approval. Now, Kathy Hochul may go with him.
Right.
That's fine, but he can't do that unilaterally. Raising corporate or millionaire taxes,
right,
revising property tax structures, and implementing universal child care all require Albany's approval. Again, Kathy Hochul backed him. So she may very well back all of this, but he cannot do that unilaterally.
No, he cannot do it unilaterally. And think about some of these proposals. Let's just talk about rent. Everyone here in New York complains, gosh, it's so expensive, whether you buy or whether you rent. Let's say you freeze rents. Well, if you freeze rents, then apartment owners are not able to effectively raise the rent to cover the cost of maintenance. What if the roof leaks? What if you have a problem with the plumbing? What if it needs, what if there are rats coming in and you need to have the foundation sealed? So what you're going to see is that there will be virtually no reinvestment, no CapEx, no capital expenditures to maintain the quality of property. So on the one hand, you say, oh, isn't it wonderful? My rent's not going up. Maybe even.
So, ladies and gentlemen, if you don't know, Karl Marx had a theory, which we just call it Marxism. It's the same thing Black Lives Matter was all about. They were trained Marxists. It's all about taking things from the rich and just distributing things equally across the board where there is no class. There is no upper class, middle class, lower class. Everybody just all equal. But in order for that to happen, you have to take from someone else. You follow what I'm saying? You have to take from someone else. Through this, which is what he is, he's letting you know that he's a socialist. But when it comes down to it, he is a communist, ladies and gentlemen, which you need to go and look it up and what they believe in, and which is still, again, that comes all and is rooted in a whole lot of things in regards to Marxism, right? You want to take from the rich and distribute it amongst everybody else. You want to have an idea of what that is like? Folks that are on the SNAP benefit crisis right now, you getting that for free. You don't have to work for it. You just get it because taxpayers are paying into it and you just get it. That is a little bit of how this is, but here's the deal. It never worked. Places like the Soviet Union, USSR, the communists and socialism never worked, and it ended in high disaster of people actually losing lives in the millions. Don't believe me? Go and look it up. I don't have time to explain this video because I know y'all are already bored by it anyway, but here's my thing, and I said this the other day. If this is what they want, give it to them, folks. This is what they asked for. Some of you that follow the Bible, y'all know what I mean when I'm getting ready to say what I say. They say, do you want Jesus or do you want Barnabas? Give us the murderer. Crucify Jesus. You can either accept it or you don't have to accept it. But no, we want this. We don't want that. We want this right here. Whatever comes with what Mamdani does in New York, that's what they asked for, folks. This is what they want. The same thing I say about when you have children. I'm the type of parent, hey, some things you don't want your children to be in danger of course, it's going to affect their life. But you're like, no, hot, hot, and they still want to, then you just let their hands, you take their hand, you get a little close to them, and they oh, see what I'm saying? You're teaching them a lesson. So in this particular case, let them learn the lesson. Some people learn by history and look up and see how things went and say, no, let's not try that. That never worked. Some people don't do that. Some people, life has to teach them. Let them make their decision. Let them live with that decision. But when the stuff starts hitting the fan, if it starts hitting the fan, which it will because socialism never worked, y'all always say things like, Doing a thing over and over again, expecting a different result is called insanity. Well, this is what they're getting ready to try right here. So New York, whatever comes with this, remember, collectively, all the voters, this is what you guys asked for. Watch what happens when you want to try to go after the capitalists there who have all this money, like they say in this video, and then they start to move their businesses and all that away. Who's going to be affected by that then? We shall see. All right, y'all, let me know what y'all think about this by putting in the comments below after this video. Don't forget what you see in the elements right here to greatly help the channel. Do you want to see the next video after this one? It's going to be that one up there. Things as of yesterday right here. If you've not subscribed, click this. I am Ty Smith, model Renaissance man, and I hope and pray every last one of you have food, shelter, and clothing. Most of all, praying every last one of you guys in great health, mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually. God bless you all through Jesus.